The next step in our geometric shape design is actually involving something called texture. Texture can mean two different things. Sometimes texture is in the way that you feel something, and sometimes it's in the way that you think it feels because of how you see it. So I have felt rope before, and I know what it feels like, but I have also seen rope. Now, when you look at snake skin, some people assume, like I did, that it was going to feel slimy. The texture actually is dry and very smooth. It's the weirdest thing because your eyes are sending a message that's different than your actual fingers. When an artist wants to add texture to a drawing or a painting, it's kind of tricky because you have to pretend to create the patterns that are sometimes actually in nature. So I have these really cool texture plates. They are made of plastic. They have different bumps on them. The bumps are in patterns that will create a different texture or design, depending on which one. This is a new one. I like this one. It kind of looks like bubbles. It's hard for me to show you on the screen, but you'll see it when I now add some color. So when you choose a texture sheet, you want to pay attention to whether you are going bumpy side up or bumpy side down. So you have to feel it. Sometimes you even have to test it. I prefer bumpy side down. So I'm going to tuck that under my paper and pick a color of crayon to then color it. Now it's really important that you know where you put the texture because otherwise you'll miss it and you'll end up just coloring smooth. So I'm picking a spot on my drawing and I'm starting to color with the crayons, and you might actually be seeing that texture right now. So cool. How easy was that? I just colored normally, and the texture of the plastic pushed through the paper and made my crayon have a texture. So cool. I love that one so much I'm going to do it again. In fact, I think I'll probably do it 3 times. I'm holding my paper. That's really important. Almost like when we were doing our tracers, you have to use that other hand because you don't want your paper moving all over the place. You want to pin it down. So I'm using my best coloring techniques, trying to make sure I work around the edges. This is the same way we color, whether we're using markers or paint or now crayon. Like I said, I really like this one, so I'm going to move it and get one more spot. Now, it doesn't mean you have to stick to the same texture like I am, but if you do find one you like, make sure you use it several times because each bag for each table is different and you might not have it again. So cool, bubble, bubble, bubble. All right, enough of that one. Let me pick another one. I'll stick it underneath there, bumpy side up, bumpy side down. I like it bumpy side down. Choose a new color, figure out where I'm going to color, and begin. I gotta tell you, I'm using it. I'm not crazy about it. It didn't have a lot of texture. I'm not sure if that was the crayon that was too soft or if I just don't love I don't love it. All right, enough of that one. I'm going to pick a different one. This is one I really love. It reminds me actually of that beehive that we saw in that picture a couple weeks ago. I'm picking a different color. And I'm going to start to color, and we'll see if that texture shows through the paper. I think it's going to. Yes. Oh, I really like this one. You know, if you find one that you love, repeat it several times. And I'll go over here. I'm not going to make you guys watch this whole thing. I think you're getting the hang of it now, though. Such fun stuff. Okay, so this will keep going. I do not expect you to finish this today. That would be crazy. Let's go slow. Let's take our time. Let's do our very best work. And I got another secret for you. This isn't the last step. There's still more I haven't told you. If you happen to use the texture sheets today, let's make sure that we're putting them away in the bags. They're really slippery if they get on the floor. We'll make sure the crayons are put away nicely. And that's about it. You guys are going to have fun with this. Texture. New word for some of you.